Hello, and welcome to Pretty Tara Talk Time. My name is Tara, and today I'm doing a requested video, which is a pre-period kit for young girls going to school. So, as most of you probably know, I am homeschooled. I used to go to public school, and then I decided I would start homeschooling. So, I've been to public school, but it was only when I was like in the first grade, so it's totally not like real school. But I feel like I can definitely do this video because school is just like another outing of the day, really. Just a little more structure. So I'm just gonna show you what I would bring if I was in school, and hopefully it'll be helpful. I know you needed this right away, so I will try to upload it as soon as possible. So the first thing I would definitely have in your locker or wherever you keep your school stuff, every school is different, so I don't know, is about 5 liners. Now liners are good because you never know when you're going to get your period. You know, there's no warning sign really. You may notice some difference in your behavior, but you're fluctuating so much when you're that age because of the hormones that it's so hard to know if that's your period. Like I had some symptoms before my period, but I had no idea that was my period coming. I just thought I'm just, you know, being a little hormonal. I had no idea it was my period coming. So you probably won't really know. Your second and third period, you probably will get a few clues, like this is what happens before I get my period, and I think I'm going to get it. But, you never know. So it's good to be prepared with panty liners. This is a 6-inch On Your Flow panty liner, and I love this panty liner because it is so tiny. It is actually called her micro liner because it is practically non-existent in your underwear, yet it does the job and it holds any flow or discharge, anything you need it to catch. Here's another one by EcoSewer. This is flannel PUL backed. So when you're getting your liners, get different lengths. Like this one's an 8-inch and it's cotton backed. And then here's a flannel one, flannel backed, 6 inches. Oh, there it goes. And cotton topped, flannel backed. This one's a wider one. So just different types of liners are good to try out because you know you want to find out what's right for you because it's different for every girl. And then I was thinking for moderate pads probably because a lot of girls when they first have their period, their cycle is pretty light. But then there are other girls whose periods are really heavy when they first get their period and there's just no way to know. So it's better to be prepared. Now I was thinking around 5 moderate pads because I was thinking, okay, so you start your school day and you get your period in the morning. So you may want to have about 3 pads during the day, but if your period is heavy, you may just feel more comfortable changing it more frequently because I knew when I had my first period, every like 30 minutes I was changing my pad because it felt wet. I wasn't used to it, so that may be the same case with you. You may want to just change your pad a lot more frequently because you don't know how heavy your flow is. You don't really know, and you can see it on the pad, but if you're like me, you're paranoid that that's so much blood. So I would recommend 5 moderate pads. This is an 8-inch Mama Cloth pad, a 8-inch Pretty Eco Intimates, a 9-inch pad from Happy Flute, and I would really recommend this as well because I want you to try different lengths and absorbencies, mostly different lengths for this. This one has bamboo charcoal on the top, and that is like you can't even feel like you're wet. It is so amazing. It's like you stay bone dry using this. So would definitely recommend that. And then this one is an 8-inch moderate as well. A lot of mine are 8-inch moderates from Fanny Tail Feathers. And what's great about these ones is you can tell like this one's a straight cut. This one is pretty flared. This one has the interesting shape with the top and the wings. This one is pretty basic for a pad. And then this is an On Your Flow 9-inch regular. This one has 2 snap settings, and you can see the wings are placed in the back differently, so it's super comfortable. Like if you have to do PE or something like that, this would be perfect because it gives you great protection, coverage, and it also is practically like wingless, but it still holds in place because it's not bulky on the wings. So would recommend this type of pad. And then, because if your period is heavy, you want to be prepared. Because I just can't imagine my period being heavy and not being prepared. It would be really, really scary. So I was thinking 3 heavy pads because if your flow is like mega heavy, you can use your 3 heavy pads and then go back to moderates and change them more frequently. But it always is good to have some heavy pads. This is a 9-inch heavy with PUL from Boas Bach. This is an 8-inch from It'll Come to Me. No, it won't. But it's flannel topped, PUL backed. I know the name of this. If I can remember, it'll go right here, but if I can't, sorry. And then this is a 9-inch Lazy Creek Boutique cotton topped wooden pro backed. So those are the heavy pads. Now, depending on your comfort level, you may want to bring more heavies, you may want to bring more lights, but all in all, that was about 15 pads. And I think that's a pretty good amount, you know. I know it may seem like a lot, you know, like 15 pads, but keep in mind that these are the panty liners, and there's 5 of these, so that's only 10 pads, and that still seems like a lot, but that doesn't make sense. It should be 8. I think there's like 8, so there should be 8 or so, and that still seems like a lot of pads. I know I usually only go through like 3 pads a day, but for my first period, I probably went through, this probably sounds really bad, I went through like 15 pads, like my first entire cycle, 15 pads a day. No joke. Every half hour or so I was like checking and changing. It was getting all wet and itchy and sticky because they were disposables. With cloth pads, I can wear them for like 5 hours and not even feel damp. But still, if I still had that same paranoid feeling, I would definitely want to change it more often. But of course, you don't have to take my advice. It's just an idea of what you might want. You could bring 2 pads. I just think it's better to be prepared. Especially if your friends get her period and you can loan her a pad, or maybe just give her a cloth pad. But yeah, and I don't know, if you're in high school, your school days are shorter, but if you're in middle school, your school days are longer. So you may want to think about that too. I don't know what grade you're in. I'm in high school, but I'm homeschooled, so. And then other things you're going to want, if you're into internal protection, that would be amazing. It feels like it's so much easier. This is a Skoon cup. It's a menstrual cup if you haven't heard of them. Then this is your lucky day because you've just stumbled across the most amazing thing that ever happened to you. Basically, they're little silicone cups that you fold and you insert them into your body through your vagina, via your vagina, and they're just going to rest in your vagina and catch the menstrual fluid as it comes out of your body, well, as it comes out of your uterus and into this cup. It's going to hold it in this cup until you remove it and you can empty it in the toilet. You can wear these for as long as you need to. You can't get TSS from them. They say wear them 12 hours. I've worn them overnight and like all through the day on accident because I completely forgot about them. I've worn them for 24 hours and it's fine. You're not going to get TSS from them, but that's only when my period is really late and I forgot that I had it in. But don't do that. If you just, you know, it's better to remove it, kind of give your lady parts room to breathe. But those things are awesome. And if you're not into menstrual cups because they look scary or you're just not ready for that, then if you're still wanting to try internal protection, you can try C-Sponge, which I don't have right now, or, oh, everything's falling today, cloth tampon. I have never tried a cloth tampon, I have to be honest with you. I'm afraid of getting TSS, even though there's a pretty small chance you can get TSS with a tampon, and especially with a cloth tampon. I don't know, I use menstrual cups, so I'm like, what's the point, you know? But basically, it's just like a tampon. You can put it in an applicator. Rump Raves has an awesome video on how to put it in an applicator, but you're just going to insert it into your vagina, like so. It's going to rest in there, and you can pull it out with a string. Also, if you're not into internal protection, or even if you are, if you have internal protection, maybe just bring 2 or 3 moderate pads and 1 heavy pad, just in case you can't get your cup to work. But you definitely don't need to bring as many if you are using internal protection. So you're going to want a bag to put your pads in when they're in your locker or backpack or whatever, just to keep them from getting mixed up with your pencils and stuff like that. And so if your friend looks in your locker, your backpack, they're not like, what is that? Unless you want them to see, then put them in a plastic bag. And then you're also going to want a lip bag. This one is full of my reusable makeup wipes, so pardon that. Because you're going to want to be able to change your pads and put them in your lip bag. Probably don't need this big one, but this is all I really have. So when you're in the bathroom, let's say you take this pad and you're wearing this pad. So you're wearing this pad. You have this pad. You're going to fold it up. I'll actually show you how to fold this, okay? So you're going to take one side, fold it in, other side, fold it in. Then you're just going to bring the wings around like this, and like this, and you're going to snap them. So it looks like this. Kind of like, you know, mess with it, make it look pretty. Then you're probably going to want a pad wrapper. This is from Boba Spock. This is a big one. You can get small ones. You can get whatever size you want. You're going to put it in your little pad wrapper or mini wet bag. I didn't bring it with me, but it's like just tiny ones. They just have zippers. Same idea. Put it in there. You can put this in your pocket. This one's really big, so you may want to get a small one so you can put it in your pocket or in your purse or pencil cases. Pencil cases are awesome. And then when you get to the bathroom, you're going to take this off, fold it up like this, snap it around. If you can get the snap. Take this out of your bag, more pad wrapper, unsnap it, place it in your underwear, snap it around. You can wear that for as long as you need to. Take this, put it in your little pad wrapper or wet bag, and then put it wherever you need to put it. So I don't know if you are able to, after you go to the bathroom, go directly back to your locker. If not, then I guess you'll just have to bring like a small wet bag with you and then just put that in your purse. And you can even get cute wet bags that look like purses, and you can just like have your purse and your wet bag, or I don't know how you want to deal with that because I don't know, because I don't go to public school. So that is just my suggestions. I have one more suggestion, which is if you can only put them in your pocket, get pads like Emilla pads or Party My Pants. They're very similar, depending on where you live, what you want to try. They're insanely thin. This is a moderate pad. And it is practically like paper thin. It is so thin. So when you fold it up and you snap it shut, it forms the smallest little parcel. And I'm just going to stand up so you can see. It fits into my pocket very nicely. So you could do that, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about bringing a wet bag with you. You still have a pad wrapper for your soil pad, but it's nice and tiny. So those are my tips, tricks. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will do my best to answer them. If I can't answer them, I'll probably direct you to Kara, because she goes to public school, so she can probably answer them a lot better than I can. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. If you have any video requests, also leave them down below. I'm happy to answer any and all questions. And I hope you have a fabulous day, and I hope this helped. Bye!